Right, wireless phone charging. It is witchcraft. I don't know how it works. It's trickery. But basically, you all know what wireless charging is. You can get your phone and you can put it on a pad and it charges. Now, if you're Flash and you bought the Defender First Edition or X, yeah, I didn't. My budget wouldn't. I didn't have authorization to buy one that Flash. Actually, we bought the base model on purpose because then we can upgrade it. I made the mistake when we bought the Evoque. We bought the Dynamic, and then everyone's asking me, how do you retrofit this? And I'm like, my car's already got it. So we purposefully bought the lower spec S model. So, and one thing it doesn't have is wireless charging. And there's a few people that think, well, that is quite a handy thing, because obviously you just throw your phone down and boom, it charges. Now there's a clever guy out there that goes by the name of Tim that actually watches these videos that we put out, and he said, well, look, he's got a bit of downtime at the moment, and he has got busy with his 3D printer, and he has designed this 3D printed phone charger tray. So I'm going to, in this video, show you that and discuss that. Now, he did originally start with a V1 version, which was quite complicated and quite expensive because it was 2 trays joined together with the pad. And he asked me and sent me the sample and asked me for some design input, which I was happy to give. And so this is the second version. Now, actually, you'll notice I've painted this one. I've used this very same paint here. This paint is brilliant, by the way. Again, I'm not sponsored by Worth or anyone. No. There was that male cosmetics company. Have you heard this story, Tyler?
No.
A male cosmetics company wrote to me and said, oh, would you like to sort of promote some of our hand creams and stuff? And I thought, oh, yeah, I like that. So I thought, I told George, I said, look, I've got someone who wants to sponsor me. And they said, oh, yeah, give us some detail. And they said, oh, no, we've noticed you're in the UK. It's not our target market. So just turn down again. Right. Wireless charger. Right, so this is the one he's got, and it is quite clever. So it's got a little CE approved quality wireless charger, so you can plug that into the dash. We'll show you in a minute, and it's got this super little sort of whoop. So if you want to plug in your normal cable to do some USB stuff, you can. But I've tested it with my iPhone, and one good and bad thing about the Defender is that you've got this Apple CarPlay, which is brilliant, and you can use Google Maps and Waze and everything, but unfortunately you have to actually physically plug your phone into the car via the USB. Now, I've tried with this installed putting the lightning cable through this, but for some reason I think it's probably because it only uses it's probably only got 2 cables. I could cut it and have a look, but obviously you've got 4 cables in your USB. 4, I put 3 up there. Why did I put 3? 4 cables in USB. 2 of them are power, and the last 2 are cable, are signal. So I think in some of these chargers, you run the 2 leads for the charging. So I suspect that has only got the 2 wires in it for the charging. So, right, but anyway, basically we're going to put that in the car, and then it's got an area here where you can locate your phone. We've got a little lip here where you can get your phone out, and you plug it in. And it's got a tricky little slope to match the Defender, so we'll go and see it. Now, one thing we're debating, Tyler and I, is we are debating whether to paint. Now, this here is a plastic tray out of the Defender, and it's actually made from it'll probably tell us what it's made from. It's made from polypropylene, but I think this has got a rubberized paint finish. I don't think this is a molded finish, and a rubber painting is a thing. And I just wonder whether we could have a look at getting some of Tim's asked us to sell these, and we're happy to sell stuff for people, that's fine. I wonder about getting some rubber painted, and I might try and do that. But we're going to put these up for sale now, and you could paint them yourself if you want. And this was the same finish as that, I just painted it. Tim's also working on a tray, if people just want a tray. That's just a sample he sent me. Right, let's get into the car. Now, what else do I need to... There's something else I was going to say. Yes. Now, where these are 3D printed is dead clever, and I thought I would just share it with you. So, inside, it's all made up of a sort of honeycomb structure, so it's not hollow as such. And that gives it quite a lot of strength for its unit weight. It's actually quite a tough, lightweight part. So I don't want to test it to destruction, but You can put, like, this is quite a heavy bearing, you can put the bearing on it, and then you can put, this is sort of half full, and you can put that on it. And it will take as much weight as you're going to put on it in the car. Right, let's get my mask on and jump in the car. Right, so I'll show you where this goes. Now, this goes in between here to fill this gap. So normally you've got a big void down here. So this is going to go in there. Obviously you work that out, and we can undo and plug it in the USB port. There we go. Okay, now, point to note. The sides on this, I tried to demonstrate this to Tyler just now, but they're not exactly square. There's actually a taper on it. You can't really see it though. How did I do it just a second ago? Right, let me see if this works, Tyler. So if I slide that along there, you should be able to see there's a gap at the bottom and not at the top. So there's a slight taper, and there is actually a slight taper to this. So you have to fit it with the coin tray / holdery bit there on the left, and you have to fit it further away from you, and then as you pull it this way it actually gets tighter. There we go. And so that is now, even off-roading, that is sort of locked in place. So there we go. So we have that ready, and then when we put this on it should charge. So there we go. Now I've got a case on mine. Now one of the reasons why Tim changed the design to the other one, because Tyler was saying that other one looked quite nice, it had quite a clean, smooth finish to it, is that you really need to get the charger as close to the phone as possible. And on that first design we saw at the table, the charger was underneath. Now although it made it look very nice, it meant that if you had a case on your phone you weren't always charging. So really you wanted, so he redesigned it to get it as close as possible to that. Yeah, so there we go. So that's all on and charging. We've tried it with Tyler's phone, we've tried it with my phone, and Tim sold quite a few of these on the New Defender Facebook group with good feedback. So there we go. I think that's all we've got to mention about the tray. But yeah, so look, it's actually got a little cool feature, look, which is actually quite handy, because you can tell if your USB is on because you've got that little red light in there. So that's quite a funky little feature as well. So if you need the USB, but as I say, you can only use that for charging that port. I believe there's no data transmitted through that. So Tim's got some other cool products coming, so I'll try and get those on the website as we get going. Sorry Tim, it's taken me a week to get these on, but there we go. There is the super duper Tim out of reference. To know whether your Defender has the original wireless charging, it's here, and it's got a sort of Wi-Fi type signal built into it. So that's where the original wireless charger would be. And in some ways that area at the front is more convenient. Now it does cover the access to the little area under here, but in some ways that might be good, because if you've got other stuff under there it might give you more security or something. Wireless charger done.